Hello and welcome to another session of Stay at Home with Ernest. Guys, we gotta have a contest. How to name this thing I'm doing? Um, because every time I get on, like somebody suggested the COVID-19 vlog, but I dropped that because I'm not really talking about that anymore. The only news I have on that side is that the governor of New York, Cuomo, he ordered that we're going to extend the, the stay at home till May 15th. So it's going to be almost like 2 months of this, right? Because we're on week five, we're finishing week five, going to week six. But today is the 16th, so 16th to the 15th, that's like another 4 weeks. So if we don't lose our minds until then, right? Right, unemployment in this country is at 15% right now, and it's probably going to get worse. God forbid I get caught in that. But I mean, let's all pray, right? Uh, Today we lost two big stars here in the U.S. We lost Lee Konitz, who was a jazz saxophonist. He was a victim of COVID-19. He was 92 years old. He outlived all his contemporaries, only to be cut down by this horrible thing. And the actor Brian Dennehy, if you remember him well, he was on films like Cocoon. He was on Rambo: First Blood, the only one that's actually really good, and so many other movies. He was even on like some episode of Law and Order SVU. I remember that he played this guy who um, who was dying, a bad guy who was dying, and he wanted to confess some crime, and because somebody else went to jail, and uh, and they had to rush to find all the evidence and everything because he was dying, and with his death, uh, the person who was in jail for the crime would not be released. So it was just like running against time and everything. It was a very interesting episode. Uh, but well, so the earth is poor now again, and well, today I have my acoustic bass because I'm playing another Brazilian song. This one is a collaboration between Antonio Carlos Jobim, which I already talked about in another video, and a guy called Chico Buarque. Chico Buarque is like a total hero for Brazilian music. He's been around since the '60s, and he's very, very, very political. Some of his lyrics, I mean, they were very. Although he did write some love songs and everything, but he did most of his work was very political, especially in the '60s and '70s. And he had to be very smart because during the days of the dictatorship in Brazil, the censors were on. So he was very smart to use a double entendre and say something like, "Oh, like way, uh, take this chalice away from me," right? But really mean chalice is he used the word cálice. Cálice in Portuguese means chalice, but it also means shut up, right? So what he was really saying was take away this, don't make me be silent, right? So the censors never caught it because they thought he were talking about some chalice of blood or whatever, And very smart guy, and he wrote many songs like that. He wrote a song called I forget the title of the song, but it was basically because there was a law that was called the AI5, in which they gave full powers to the president to do whatever he wanted, close Congress, and arrest whoever he wanted, and if you look weird at him, he would have a shot. And he wrote a song about that, a samba, that was about a bad lover, but we knew what he was talking about, right? And lately, he was involved. People in Brazil, I mean, as politics in Brazil are just as divided as they are here in the U.S. between right and left. And during the impeachment of former President Dilma, he took Dilma's side, and a lot of people on the right said, "Well, Chico Buarque, you're gone, you're dead. We don't care about you," because he did not support the people in the middle and the right. He is a leftist, and and a lot of people say, "Wow, now we don't like Chico Buarque anymore because he supports the Labor Party." Well, to those people who say, "Oh, I don't like Chico Buarque because he's a leftist," well, I have a middle finger for you because he's a genius and he's a national treasure in Brazil. He's a national treasure everywhere as far as I'm concerned. And if you don't like Chico Buarque, well, stop watching this video right now because I'm going to play one of his songs. A collaboration between him and Antônio Carlos Jobim called Anos Dourados, which was a hit in the 80s. And it was actually written for a mini-series called Golden Years, which was basically the time, end of the 60s and early in the 50s and early 60s, right? It spanned that era, mostly the 50s, and it's a beautiful song. Even people who don't remember the mini-series, which I actually watched a couple of times, and but it's a beautiful song, and it's one of those things. So let's play it here. Let's bring the backing track because I cannot play just bass on this song, right? Okay, so here's the backing track. Parece que dizes te amo, Maria. Na fotografia estamos felizes. Te vejo afogada e deixo confissões no gravador. Vai ser engraçado se tens um novo amor. Te vejo ao meu lado, te amo, não lembro. Parece dezembro de um ano dourado. Parece bolero, te quero, dizer que não quero teus beijos nunca mais, teus beijos nunca mais. Não sei se ainda te esqueço de fato. No nosso retrato pareço tão linda. Te ligo ofegante e digo confusões no gravador. É desconcertante rever um grande amor. Os olhos molhados, pensando dezembro. Gato, negros, dourados. Ainda te quero, bolero, nossos versos são banais, mas como eu espero teus beijos nunca mais, teus beijos nunca mais. And that is the song. I know I fumbled a little bit. I know that, yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, so this is Anos Dourados, The Golden Years by Chico Buarque and Antônio Carlos Jobim. The interesting thing about Chico Buarque is that he often writes from a female point of view. So on this song, if you speak Portuguese, you realize that the voice is a woman's voice that is singing the song, even though it's a guy, as a dude singing it. And he did that with many of his songs, right? Anyway, so I hope I have better news tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow, Friday. Friday, yay! Friday, formal Friday. You dress up to pretend you're going out, right? Okay, bye bye.